שם נשיר שיר חדש, ורענן הלב.
הרחמן הנקדש יתברך ויתעלה על כוס יין מלא 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 כברכת אדוני.
צומי שלא אכלנו,
Hi folks.
ברך
Hey friends. So wonderful. Thrilled to be with all of you. And Rosh Chodesh Adar. This is the new month of Adar. For those who are here for the first time, my name is David Ingber. I am the senior rabbi and the founder of Romemu. And you've joined us for a program within our yeshiva programming, which is a broader programmatic ambition, which is to bring contemplative and meditative Judaism and Hasidic spirituality to as many people as we possibly can, because it's nourishing and it is a remarkable pathway towards living a more robust life, a more humanly flourishing life. That's our goal, the Romemu Yeshiva, and also Romemu writ large. If you're on YouTube, on Facebook, if you're watching with us now or later, awesome. We're so happy that you're dedicating this time for your own spiritual growth. A big thank you to the people behind the scenes who are sometimes in front of the scenes, to Ari and the director of the yeshiva, Sarah Chandler, who's with us as well. We stop and meditate, center, and intentionally direct awareness and compassion towards ourselves and towards our own, our minds, our hearts, because we know that the world as we see it is very much impacted by the way that we see it and the way that we integrate it and the way that we react to the world. And when we stop and practice meditation, to some degree it helps us on some profound level to respond more effectively, more compassionately, more constructively, more skillfully to the world as we experience it moment to moment. In our tradition, the Jewish tradition, we call this the making of the Mishkan, the making of the tabernacle. This coming week's Torah reading, which Jews for centuries now have used as a guidepost for themselves each and every week to see the wisdom of their lives reflected in the wisdom of the timeless Torah. This week's Torah portion is called Truma, which literally means offering or gift, and it essentially articulates the construction of a portable sanctuary in the desert that would later become the permanent sanctuary in the land of Israel. That portable structure is called the Mishkan, the place of dwelling, the dwelling place, the residence where residing happens. That word Mishkan is cognate with the word Shechen, which means neighbor in Hebrew, and even, of course, the Hebrew word for, and the Hebrew and the rabbinic term for the divine feminine, which is called Shekhinah, the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah, my Rebbe once taught me, Reb Zalman Schachter Shalomi, peace be upon him, once was walking with me in Boulder near his home, and he turned to me and said, David Laban, as he was wont to call me, beloved David, he said, did you know that the word Shekhinah, which is the divine feminine, divine presence, is connected to the word yes? Cain? I didn't have an etymological referent at that moment to go find whether or not my teacher was actually spot on or not, whether or not the word Cain in Hebrew, yes, and the word Shekhinah, the divine presence, were indeed etymologically connected. But I think what he was saying to me, and I think it still animates my life and my practice, is that the famous teacher, the Kutzker Rebbe, was once asked, where does God live? And the Rebbe's answer was, wherever you let her in. Wherever you let her in. Wherever you say yes, as it were. One other way of saying that is wherever we stop resisting what is. and witness it, or witness it. We are with it as we witness it. In that sense, the essence of meditation is there's pain, there's sensation, there's the body, there's the story, there's the judgment, there's all of that as it arises without any resistance whatsoever. That's to build the Mishkan, that's to build the sanctuary, and that's, I think, what our 18 minutes together, as it were, is an opportunity to, an invitation to embody. So I hope you're comfortable. If my tie is making anybody uncomfortable, feel free to loosen yours and just be, in your own, whatever you wear, just whatever you're doing. I'm just going to start an 18-minute timer, and the bell will ring, and I'll offer some very brief instructions in the beginning just as we begin to settle in together, and then just holding silence together. If you've never meditated before, just the simplest instructions will be the ones that I offer now in the first 30 seconds to 1 minute. So we begin with a couple of intentional but relaxed breaths into the chest. And whenever you feel comfortable closing your eyes, close them gently and become aware immediately of the visual field that's behind your eyes. And just noticing what you see and that you see. Very gently and softly dropping the chin ever so slightly and feeling some length in your back. Perhaps as you lengthen, you might come ever so slightly off of the back rest of the chair or wherever you're sitting, allowing your shoulders to soften and to drop and release. And then bringing awareness to your belly and allowing that to be really released and softened. And then gently scanning the body now, just allowing the body to lose its shape and even allowing legs and arms and all of the names to fall away as you just are aware of sensations. Your body is one large energetic field, sensations, feelings. And staying with the body, staying with the feelings, the sensations, using your body itself as the resting place, the object of awareness, staying with your, or the experience of your body, ever so gently and softly directing your awareness just to sensations. And if you happen to note that thought is interrupted, just gently note those thoughts and bring your very gentle awareness back to your skin or the sensation of skin, sensation of pressure. And some of you might want to stay with the body as the anchor, but if you'd like to shift towards the breath, you want you to become aware of breath as it appears. Not the idea of the breathing, not a right kind of breathing, not even locating the breath at your nostrils or your diaphragm or torso, but just aware of breath as it appears. And as it cycles through inhale and exhale, just noticing its appearance in consciousness. And see if you can catch a glimpse of the sense that where consciousness or where awareness resides. Is it in your head, looking down or at the body or at the mind or the heart? Is there a sense of directionality to consciousness itself? That felt sense of a center in all there is. And see if we can let that go. That too arises in consciousness. See if you can see that. And the story arises in the mind, or a sensation, or even an image of yourself or others. Just noticing that and then watching it move, dissolve, and falling back again into the space in which all of these things arise and appear, like your body, like the breath. as we build this Mishkan, this yes vehicle, without friction. What is it that's arising and that is appearing that is something that we can witness or say yes to as it arises and falls away without any resistance? In our final minute of sitting, see if you can be even more aware of settling into the space in which all things are arising. This story, this body, the mystics say that this month, known as Adar, the Hebrew month of Adar, is actually two words, Aleph Adar, the month in which one Aleph, the letter Aleph or the number Aleph, lives. It's a month that becomes two. This year it's a double month. In the same way that the ground of being holds all of the things that arise, subject and object, ground and foreground. So may each and every one of us spend time living in God's neighborhood, in the Shekhinah, in the place where all things arise and fall away. A blessing to all of you on your day, that it be full of a little bit of joy that comes with Adar, a little bit of smile. Look forward to seeing you here, God willing, tomorrow, or in any of the other offerings from the Romemu Yeshiva. Thank you to all of you who spent your first day of Adar in meditation. It's not a small thing to take out some time in a very busy schedule to sit with each other in this remarkable Sangha, this community, this tzibur. Even virtually, it's palpable. So, Ya'asher kochachem, strength to all of you. See you tomorrow, God willing.